How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be talking about door-to-door sales, what I've learned over the 2 years that I have been doing it, and compact it all into the short video that this will be. So whether you have done this before or not, you are going to definitely learn something from this video. So take out your notes, whatever you have to do, retain as much of this information as possible. Tip 1, let them speak first. Now, what I mean by this is not to stand there and let them talk if they're not speaking. I'll just stand there for 10 seconds waiting and make the whole situation extremely awkward. I'm saying that when they come to the door after you knock, try to give a little wave or some hand gesture or something that will signal that you're attentive, you're saying hi without actually speaking to them, without conveying a tone, because then they're going to convey that tone first to you, and you're going to be able to respond to that instead of setting the tone, which might not work out well with them. Number 2, be a little bit more enthusiastic than the person you're selling to. So going back to number 1, you have to read this person. So now you know what they're like, what their energy is at that moment. You know their person a little bit. So set your energy just a little bit above theirs. Just be a little bit more enthusiastic, a little bit louder. Just do that because that will pull them out of their shell and they will usually end up trusting you, leading to a sale. Number 3, use your hands when you're speaking. You should be doing this in sales, yes, but also just in general. Communication should be done with hands. It adds another layer to everything. It conveys the point a lot more. People can understand you a lot better, and you seem more confident. You'll feel better, and it'll help you get that point out. Number 4, this one is very important. Make sure you include comedy in your sales pitch. You can't be there talking in a very dry tone, just reading over a script. Even if, say, you're using your hands, if you're not adding comedy, you're not going to be natural. So you want to throw jokes in. If you have to, start with planned out jokes. You know, it's going to be a little more weird, but if that's how you have to start, do it. Start with jokes that you plan out. And it'll lead up to you knowing when to say things and just kind of flowing naturally in conversation. Number 5, increase the demand for your sales. So when you're at a door speaking to someone, you tell them about the process, you try to sell them on the pitch. One of the things that you can always do in sales to increase the chance of selling it is to make it seem like they are getting a special chance at something that no one else is. And that's why you'll see people saying, oh, we worked with these neighbors down the street. Or if we get it done for you today, right now, we could do it for this price. Let's just keep it quiet. These things, it makes the people feel special. It makes them want to buy it at that moment because it seems like the product is limited and we want what we can't have. Number 6, do not acknowledge the no's. Now, obviously, if someone is screaming no at you and they obviously do not want you there, you know when to take the hint. I'm saying that everyone's first reaction 99% of the time to a door-to-door sale is, no, I don't want what you're selling. They always think it's solar or something like that. Even though when they hear you're doing window cleaning, they will probably say no first. First thing they'll say is probably going to be no. So you have to understand that it's not really them not needing it. It's them just subconsciously saying, no, get off my doorstep. I don't want you here. I know where these things go. I know where sales is. I know how door-to-door salespeople are. So you have to know when the no's are real and when they're just saying no to say it. Number 7, don't be scared to say the things you're thinking of. So, like I said before with a comedy, if you're having a conversation with someone, this happens a lot, you'll see when you actually start selling. You'll be in the backyard of someone's house or kind of walking around talking to them. And in these moments, if something pops in your head to say it, don't ever think, oh, this is rude of me to say, unless obviously it's just abruptly rude. Don't do that. But you have to understand when something is actually rude or you're just scared to talk. And I'd say majority of the time, you hesitating to say these things is going to be bad for the sale versus good. Number 8, you want to shift the power of the conversation to you. Now, ways you can do this are usually by asking them questions, making them tell you more about themselves. Because when they do this, they're kind of subconsciously opening up to you. They're trusting you. So if you do these things, you get them to talk. That's why you don't always have to be talking about the sale, or it could be anything. If you can get into a conversation with a prospect, it's going to increase the chances of a sale always, because they'll begin to trust you more. So throwing in questions, obviously you'll start with questions about the sale, but when the moment pops up, the opportunity, and it will at some moment, I encourage you to say what you're thinking of that question. Number 9, this is one of the most important lessons in sales and life in general. But, we're going to talk about it in the sales point of view. When you are knocking on these doors, whatever they say, yes or no, you are not losing anything. I would argue that when they say yes, you're losing more than if they were to say no. What I mean by this is the fact that when they say yes, obviously you get a job, but you're robbed of something else very important, and that's that experience and knowledge you would gain from getting a no, from working through that. When you constantly go through that, you're going to learn so much more. If you would go up to every single door and somehow from the beginning everyone would say yes, by chance or something, you're not really going to be good at sales. It's just the chances of that happening, which are extremely, extremely, extremely low. So you have to switch that view of everything. And once you can do that, it's not really like you're ever going to be discouraged. It's more just like, okay, I got a bunch of knowledge. I just like a little, and like a sale. Number 10, make connections. Every single door you knock on, you should not leave without trying your absolute hardest to make that person remember you and get in contact. There's going to be people that are probably worth millions, more than that, but you're never going to know what these people have, the knowledge they have, the experience, if you don't try and talk to them. You will lose everything by not trying to talk to them. A person that, say, makes more sales versus a person that talks to people, that person that talks to people is probably going to get farther in the grand scheme of things, because people with more experience and money are going to know them, and that is how you get ahead, really. I hope you guys learned from that. Take these things, remember them, day by day, apply one more at a time. Once you feel confident in one, just add another one, keep trying them, and eventually these things will all add on, and you'll get a lot better at sales. You'll find out more things. You can't go over everything in a 10-minute video, or however long this is going to be. You can't tell everything about sales, but I promise that these 10 will definitely help you a lot. So get out there, keep making sales, and have an amazing day.